Now we're going to go right to left 3 times. So you go to the right, then to the left, back to the right, and to the left. Right, left. Then we go left to right. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Then we go diagonally to the right, to the left. So as high as you can go, and then as low, diagonally. Right to left. 2, 3. And then left to right, high as you can go. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go all the way around slowly. So we're going to go up, to the right, down, to the left, to the up, as high as you can go. Now do that again. 2, 3. Now to the left, as high as you can go. Now left, down as far as you can go. To the right, up. 2, 3. Now I want to take our head down as far as we can go. We're going to do this 3 times and back up to center. So we go 1, 2, 3. Now to your right shoulder and back up the center 3 times. 1, 2, 3. To the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to drop our head to our chest, go all the way around to the right 3 times. 1, drop your head way back, down, back up to center. 2, drop it as far as you can, to the right, let it roll all the way back, to center. 3, now we're going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3. If you do this every time you meditate, before you meditate, it will improve your eyesight and also your hearing. We're going to do a chant. It's call and response. Open my eyes, open my eyes to see only love, to see only love. Open my eyes, open my eyes to see only love, to see only love. Open my heart, open my heart to feel only love, to feel only love. Open my heart, open my heart to feel only love, to feel only love. Open my mind, open my mind to be only love, to be only love. Open my mind, open my mind to be only love, to be only love. Illuminating love, illuminating love from the ascended one, from the ascended one. Illuminating love, illuminating love from the ascended one, from the ascended one. All I have to do is remember, all I have to do is remember, every breath I take is your love, every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember, all I have to do is remember, every breath I take is your love, every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember, all I have to do is remember, every breath I take is your love, every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember, all I have to do is remember, every breath I take is your love, every breath I take is your love. Open my heart to feel only love, open my heart to feel only love. Open my eyes to see only love, open my eyes to see only love. Open my mind to be only love, open my mind to be only love. Illuminating love from the ascended one, illuminating love from the ascended one, illuminating love from the ascended one, illuminating love from the ascended one. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. Breathing in your love brings peace and compassion. Breathing in your love brings peace and compassion. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember. Every breath I take is your love.
Good evening, everyone. Because of the extraordinary circumstances we are dealing with at this time, I thought I'd return and speak about the basic unity truth, which is so essential for us in times like these, when there are so many challenges facing us in the world. I live in the mountains, and on Sunday mornings I come down to our spiritual center about 6:30 a.m., which means Norma and I, my wife and I, have to get up around 5 in the morning. And along with that, I have to walk my dog, Kaya, before we get down here, because once we get down here into the spiritual center, we have so many things we have to set up for and do before we can actually conduct the meditation service at 9 a.m. Well, walking my dog in the mountains on Sunday mornings at this time is not as easy as it sounds, because it is pitch black in the mountains. And I live on a dirt road that is filled with ruts and breaks and big stones and twigs and trees. So walking is fairly precarious. And I could easily sprain an ankle or even something worse if I didn't use a flashlight. I have to walk my dog on this, this dirt road using a flashlight so that he can do his duty and we can get back to doing our duty at the church center. What occurred to me is that so many people that I have counseled with, they are living life and they are in resistance to so many of the difficult challenges that come their way in life. Personal challenges. And of late, I spoke to a gentleman who told me he had been working as a waiter in a restaurant that had to shut down completely, and he lost his job. And what he was saying is that just about 2 weeks ago, he and his significant other bought a house together. And now he's concerned that he will never be able to make the payments. And so he's saying to me things like, this particular challenge, this virus, is taking everything away from me. And I spoke to him for a few minutes, but I ended it by saying, don't give it your peace. And he responded, how can I not give it my peace? It's taking everything. I said, your peace is something beyond the world. It's something that is divine in origin and exists at the core of your being. And when you make contact with it, nothing in the world will be able to separate you from it. So this is what I was saying to him. I don't know if he felt better, but he seemed to be fairly more relaxed than when I had first talked to him. Speaking about this light on the road, people are upset that these limitations and conditions, challenges, personal affronts that meet them on the road of life cause them to be very upset and concerned almost all the time. And so it is that they are traveling the road of life without light. It is true that you need to have some divine relationship to this divine light, which is our true nature, or you could call it the light of God. We need to have some type of relationship with that in order to navigate our way in this world of changing tides and circumstances and challenges, so that we can sustain our peace of mind. It was the Master of Life that said in the 5th chapter of Matthew, "You are the light of the world. Let your light so shine that others may recognize it and glorify the Father in themselves." So we are being related to as the light of the world. And it is incumbent upon us to somehow open up to that so that we become more consciously aware, able to participate in that divine insight, that divine light and peace. So to do that, we have to practice meditation. We have to do spiritual practices to realign our awareness so that we can finally expand our consciousness beyond simply the personal perspective of living in the outer-directed, illusion-driven world. And that takes our spiritual practice and what we need to do. We can go on in our lives as long as we wish, blaming the ruts and the pitfalls on the road of life. But the fact of the matter is that such things have no power to take away our true peace. And when we have true peace, we have true understanding. Let me relate this to you from the Master White Eagle. He said, "You have many concerns that you live in the world and are unable to control all the conditions and circumstances that come upon you in living in the world. And so you chase material things and you try to use material advantage to bring about some control. And with control, you suppose that you will have peace of mind. But in truth, your peace of mind comes from within. It does not come from the outside conditions of the world. It comes from the deep core of your divine soul consciousness. And when you access this divine level of awareness, then your peace is with you always. So now I'm going to share with you a concept that we share here in Unity, and you may not be able to relate to it right away. But if you give it some spiritual practice, in time you will recognize that what I'm about to share with you is an absolute truth. And it is a truth that will free you from the many concerns and fears that visit us in the personal level of awareness. Here is that truth. Circumstances do not arise separate and apart from you. They arise with you, moment to moment to moment. Circumstances do not arise separate and apart from you. They arise with you, moment to moment to moment. When we seek to understand our true relationship to life, we are guided beyond the limited illusion of separation. It is this limited illusion of separation that creates all of the conflict, all of the fear, all of the fighting and all of the war, and all of the dis-ease that people still operating in the world experience. It is incumbent upon us to transcend the limited thinking of the world, the limited thinking we were born and raised in, educated in, and have gone through life attempting to live in, and finding only over and over again that it does not provide peace of mind. It does not provide well-being. We have momentary times when we have fleeting peace because something or other in conditions and circumstances suited our personal desires, our personal expectations. But it wasn't lasting. And so we went on searching, ever trying to find some way to get circumstances to conform to my life so that I will finally be at peace. I will finally have well-being. That will not happen until we access our divine soul presence. And by accessing that divine presence, we are able to see beyond the illusionary separation in the world. We see beyond the illusionary separation of conditions and circumstances and people. We see a wholeness. We see the movement of something greater than ourselves. And so we see as God sees and as God would have us see. And in doing that, we find our way to a place of peace. We actually live in a higher level of awareness that provides peace of mind and insight and knowledge, so that we are no longer tossed to and fro by the changing tides and circumstances of the outer directed world. We are living in a consciousness high above that, in a consciousness of divine insight, in which we bless and which we go on in the affirmations of life, knowing the truth not only for ourselves, but for everyone we make contact with in every way. Let me share this with you, this whole idea with you. As it is given in A Course in Miracles, it is put this way. The only thing that we can save is peace. And the only way to save it is to embrace peace and bestow peace. This is our yoga, our daily yoga. To embrace peace and make it the priority for each circumstance we enter. If it is the priority for each circumstance we enter, then we will not be thrown off balance when things aren't going according to our personal desires or expectations. So we will appeal to the mind to bestow peace. We will look to the circumstances and beyond them to see how we can bring peace to the circumstances, which we may not always be able to do, but we'll always be able to have peace within ourselves. Because we know that if we have peace, peace of mind, we have understanding. Now, it would be perfect if everyone could just say, I want to make peace the priority of my life. But it takes practice. And in that practice, often, especially in the beginning, we will fail to accomplish what we set out to do. We will not have peace all the time because we will feel ourselves falling back into the personal and falling back into our personal expectations and desires. And when we do that, we will be resisting life when it is not in keeping with our personal expectations. And in that resistance, we have friction. And in that friction, we have anxiety. And in that anxiety, we have stress. And in that stress, we have dis-ease. So we will, time and time again, fall back into the illusion of separation and the personal isolated definition of myself as being separate from everything else in the world. Nevertheless, do not be concerned if you return as soon as you can to your goal of peace. And the more you do that, the more you say, peace is my goal in every situation. And you make peace the priority for living in each situation. And you seek to bestow peace and not to have your own personal expectations met. You're not going to struggle or fight to get your own way. You're going to see what would bring justice. You're going to have insight into what would heal and how to establish harmony, because you are aligning yourself with this divine intelligence that is within you and within each and every one of us, that we refer to and sometimes call God. This is the divine nature at the core of everyone's being. And when we access that, we live a life of divine awareness. We live and we move in the presence and the consciousness of the living God. So, circumstances and conditions do not rise separate and apart from us, outside of us. They rise with us. And when we recognize that completely, we will have accepted the at-one-ment, which is what A Course in Miracles refers to as the divine consciousness of at-one-ment, being one with everything there is, as it is, not struggling against it, not fearing, not running, not fighting, just letting the oneness be. It and me, all the conditions are just one as they are, and I rise with them and I bestow peace. And as I bestow peace, I receive peace. That is our calling. That is our enlightenment. Peace is the only thing that can be saved. And bestowing peace and embracing peace is the only way to save it. Looking beyond conditions and circumstances and limitations that come in the outer directed thinking of the world, we rise above it. We allow Spirit to keep us in that wonderful space of divine consciousness. That is our calling, and this is our yoga. Every day we should take some time in the morning to be still, meditate. Don't read the newspaper or watch the television or get on your cell phone or your computer. Rather, take some time to just sit quiet and be still. It doesn't take a great deal of, time to enter into a place of peacefulness. So as you sit quiet and just allow yourself to be okay with the moment, just as it is, and you allow that to be, and you make it part of your breathing, breathing in the divine awareness, allowing life to be what it is, entering in that state of peace, letting go of the conditions and circumstances calling to you from the world, just letting go, letting the moment arise, and bestowing the moment with peace, being still, allowing that moment to be what it is, just as it is. So as you do that each morning, you can learn to take that feeling of joy and peace with you into your life as you live your life. And more as you practice it, you'll be able to return to that peace of awareness. In all the things that you're doing, you'll be able to do your work without any concerns or fears or anxiety. You'll be able to do what is given you to do in a state of divine awareness. And you will do it better. You'll have more energy in the doing of it. And you'll feel so fulfilled, moment to moment to moment, serving the divine light of God. And so I'm waiting for my partner to come here and begin this meditation with me. When she gets here, we will have a meditation together using the Tibetan bowls. And those Tibetan bowls will bring that wonderful energy to the chakras of the body and the mind. Those chakras are there as the divine expression in human experience. And as we align ourselves with those 7 chakras, we are able to up-level our consciousness so that we start to enter into that divine state of meditation and peace. So now that we are here, we've listened to the truth, that we arise with conditions and circumstances, that they are not separate and apart from us. Now we're going to take some time to just be still. We're going to allow the Tibetan bowls, which are calibrated to the 7 chakras in the physical expression of life, we're going to allow them to take us to a wonderful, healing, quiet place. And as you do this, if you don't have a particular meditation technique right now, you can use this mantra: God is love. Love is life. I am God's life. I am I am. I am. You do this by breathing in the I, breathing out the am. God is love. Love is life. I am God's life. God's life. I am. I am. I am. Let us take a few moments to share this refined energy that has gathered within us and all around us, to share it with those who have been submitted to our prayer list. Norma will call the name from the prayer list, and you merely send the message of wholeness. You are whole. If you know the person whose name is called. If you don't know the person whose name is called, just say, you are whole.
Melinda. Melinda. Violet. Melissa Crutchay. Jane Griffin. Elisa. The Fiduciary. Robert David Edmonds. Sarah Denise Edmonds. Jeffrey Kevin Edmonds. Roberta Billingsley. Jessica McNaughton. Sierra Samuel. Charla Oliver. Leanne Roberts. Roxy Stovo. Teresa. Jason. Prelude. Heather Billieu. Rudine. Juanita. Howard. Melinda Emschick. Dan James. Dennis Drake. Mira Morrison. Croy and Clay. Del Bigtree and family. All the coronavirus patients. Air, water, earth, plants, the animals, the birds, all of life on this beautiful planet Earth.
Let us acknowledge that we are all interconnected in this refined space of divine light. And let us acknowledge this light coming forth in the consciousness of everyone sharing the Boulder community with us.
We see this healing light surrounding the prayer box and all the people's names that have been submitted. We see them healed physically, mentally, and spiritually.
And we acknowledge this light moving out to all the people sharing the state of Colorado with us. This light bringing forth its perfect healing harmony to their minds and their bodies and their relationships in life. And this divine light awareness moving and bringing more and more people, everyone sharing these United States into the enlightened awareness of the presence of God. And this light continuing to spread to everyone in every continent of the world, bringing divine awareness, healing, and love to everyone, and it going forth into the relationships that all people have with all creatures on this planet, and all the marine life in the waterways of this planet, and this beautiful, perfect, pristine awareness, purifying the air, purifying everything on this beautiful planet Earth. As we pray, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And God is love. To this we say, Amen. So if you're on this divine healing path with us, this unity path, moving toward the enlightened awareness, then we are with you in consciousness and in prayer for your success in every way. If you enjoy what's taking place here at Unity, even though people are now restricted from entering the premises of this beautiful physical church center, you can enter it in consciousness, and you can support it with your tithes, which is necessary for us to continue to keep our services and programs going. All of our services and programs will be either on live stream, on Zoom, or Facebook. We'll be letting all of you know in the best ways we can that all of these particular programs and services are taking place and when they're taking place. But as I said, we are still in the world operating this ministry, and it requires the gifts that the people that receive this presence and this love and this healing, it requires your gifts to continue to do what it does.
I am sustained by the love of God, by the love of God. I am sustained by the love of God, by the love of God. Wherever I go, whatever I do, whoever I think I am. Wherever I go, whatever I do, whoever I think I am. I am sustained by the love of God, by the love of God. I am sustained by the love of God, by the love of God.
We invite you to join us online for the live streaming of our Saturday evening service at 5 o'clock, conducted by Rev.Jack Groverland. And then again on Sunday morning at 9 a.m., we do a special version of our meditation service, which is a straight truth talk, followed by a guided meditation and a beautiful video that inspires us. And then following the 9 a.m. service, which is also on live stream, we will have our 11 a.m. service with Reverend Cintisha. She will be sharing her insights to you and for everyone that is tuning in. We sure appreciate your time tuning into Unity. We ask you to spread the word to your friends and neighbors Get online, let them know. There is this beautiful spiritual center that is sharing these insights and things that help us find a better way to be alive, find a way to live in the healing presence of the divine awareness that is at the heart and core of every human being. So to all of you,
just a second, I just want to say something that the alternative healing group usually only has 10 people, and because I haven't learned yet how to go on the internet,
on the Zoom,
I will be meeting tomorrow upstairs in Fellowship Hall from 12 to 2, and you're welcome to come, those people that have been coming regularly. And the equinox has been canceled. If I could have done it outside, I would have, but it's supposed to snow. I think we could have done it separating quite a distance, but if the weather had been like it was today or the day before. But just keep in your mind, this is time to bless the seeds that you're going to be planting and to say thank you for all the life that's going to be opening up. All the trees are going to be so beautiful soon. The earth is going to be so healthy. The sun's going to come. And this too is going to pass. And it's going to be a glorious summer.
To everyone, thank you for tuning in. Good night.